HOA, Karen made money from my warehouse. Now her house has become a dormitory for the homeless. I haven't seen my uncle for a long time. I had been meaning to call him for a long time, but time passed and that moment never came. However, this morning, I received a sad letter from a lawyer. It informed me that my uncle had passed away. This news shocked me. I was deeply saddened because he was an important part of my life. The lawyer also informed me that my uncle had left me his warehouse as an inheritance. A few days passed, and I gradually began to come to terms with the loss. I wanted to visit the warehouse to understand what I should do with it now. When I arrived, I expected to see an empty room, but I froze in shock. The entire space was filled with boxes of different sizes. I looked around in confusion because the lawyer assured me that the warehouse was empty. As I began to check the contents of the boxes, a woman approached me.
Good afternoon,
She said in a confident tone.
you are probably the new owner of the warehouse. Nice to meet you, my name is Karen. I manage this territory on behalf of the HOA. I hope you don't mind that our residents' things are temporarily stored here. It's only for a while.
I frowned and clarified. How long exactly? Karen's face changed. The friendly smile disappeared, giving way to an expression of irritation.
Until I decide.
She answered coldly.
I am an employee of the HOA. You must obey me.
She said this with such confidence as if she really had power over me. This is my property. You have no right to dispose of it, I said. Either you remove these things immediately or I will call the police. Karen came very close to me, and her face turned red with anger.
You have no idea who you're dealing with, kid. I can cause you a lot of trouble, including losing the right to own this warehouse.
I took out my phone and dialed the police. Karen pursed her lips, clearly not expecting me to actually do it. A policeman arrived at the scene after a while. He inspected the premises and checked the documents. The policeman turned to me and said,
The warehouse is officially registered in your name. You have every right to dispose of it.
I looked at Karen and said, You heard, get your things out of here. I started to take the boxes out into the street. At that moment, several neighbors passed by who immediately rushed to their things.
What's going on? Why are our things on the street?
Because I need to empty my warehouse. Take it, please. The people looked at each other and then turned their gaze to Karen.
But we paid you for storage.
One of the men exclaimed. Karen's face turned pale.
This is a misunderstanding.
What misunderstanding? You took money from us for rent. You said it was all official.
I watched this from the sidelines and understood that justice had prevailed. Karen was obliged to take all the things to her house. She also charged for the homeless people to stay overnight. Now they were sleeping in her living room.